You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Right. You know what to do. I've got this.
Do I? What up, guys? Otterpop here. I had one of my very nice community members, one of my very supportive community members, get me Ace Otterney because they thought that it would be a good game for me, and honestly, I'm shocked that I have not played this game ever in my life. I have a bachelor's degree in forensic science with a focus in crime scene investigation, and I have an interest in law enforcement. I have worked with law enforcement before. How have I never discovered this game? How have I never played it? I don't know, 'tis a mystery, but it is about damn well time that I do actually play it. So, I am playing this, and I also have a handy-dandy notebook because I am going to be keeping notes because that is exactly the kind of person that I am, and nobody can tell me otherwise, and if you have a problem with it, go watch somebody else's playthrough. The door's right there. The metaphorical one, that is. Let's get our detective caps or detective headphones on, and let's do this. Let's... Did I not just start the game? Oh. Got it. That's right. This is a trilogy edition that I got. Okay, that makes more sense. I'm just gonna do the first one that it popped up for me. So, episode 1, the first turnabout. Interesting. The first turnabout. Gasp! Oh, is that a bloody statue? There do be murder. Damn it, why me? I can't get caught. Not like this! Oh, gotta find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. Who's him? I'll make it look like he did it. Like who did what? Well, obviously murder. Duh. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. The date is August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, that sounds about right. Boy, I am nervous. Oh, yes, I am nervous. Right. Oh, hello there. Who are you? Oh, Chief. Chief as in Chief Investigator? Chief Captain of the Police? What? I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Oh? Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. Oh. Wait, so I'm a new attorney. Interesting. This is a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A what? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my courage out. Oh, you know, I can understand the sentiment, but as an attorney, it's not a good idea for you to take on a client that you're familiar with because then you might have a biased opinion. So, I disagree with this already. I mean, to be fair, he's practically new. He's one of the reasons, I mean, yeah, even if he's one of the reasons that you became an attorney, like, come on. You could still potentially have, I feel like you'd have a very biased and skewed opinion now. Not a smart move. I know you're a new lawyer, but come on. Okay. Want to help him out any way I can. I mean, I guess I'll try. Just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over? My life, everything, it's all over. Who dat? Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death, despair! It's gonna do, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna die! He better not commit self-murder. Hey there, Larry. He looks like a Larry. I'm so guilty. Tell them I'm why would I, as your attorney, why would I tell them that you're guilty? Oh, Lord have mercy. Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. Seriously, what is wrong? It's all over. I'm finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? Wait. Is this like your girlfriend or wife or something, or sister that was killed? Person responsible. Oh, girlfriend. There we go. Newspapers say it was you. Yeah. My name is Otterpop YT. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. Yes. Woman, murder. Okay, yes, understood. Correct. The guy they arrested was the lucky sap dating her. Larry Butts. Prime suspect number 1. Hi, Esmer. Esmer, I'm in the middle of a trial right now. I'm gonna have to ask you to go on your bed. Go on bed. Oh, best friends since grade school. Yeah, you're definitely not gonna be biased. School had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. Wow. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. Ouch. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. Troublemaker. Got it. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. I'm not going to write that on my notes, though. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That and I owe him one, which is why I took the case, to clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do! Begin. August 3rd, 10 a.m. District Court. Got it. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The, defense is ready, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm, a little nervous. Jeez, no. When I was in my final semester of college, we as in the forensic students, worked with law students to process mock crime scenes and then run a mock trial, and all of us had to testify as expert witnesses. I was not this bad. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, for the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Isolating oceans. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. It is Larry Butts, Your Honor. The defendant. Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Yes, that's correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? Ooh, I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover so many times. It's, no way I forgot. No! Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? I don't think it was mentioned. Oh, the victim! Of course I know the victim's name. I am just forgot temporarily. I think, you and me both, Mia. The victim's name is listed in the court record. Just press tab to check it any time. Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case? Cindy's autopsy report. Got it. So it's Cindy Stone. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct! Now tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was hit with a blunt object. She was strangled, obviously. She was struck once by a blunt object. Probably caused medium velocity blood spatter. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed. No, I actually feel quite chill and relaxed. I'll tell you right now. Well then. First, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne? Yes, Your Honor. As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was? The murder weapon was the statue of the Thinker. Yes, the Thinker. He's thinking about who committed this murder. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepts it into evidence. It's rather heavy. and apparently handheld, so it makes me wonder what it's made of if it's handheld and it's apparently heavy. Fascinating. And where was such a statue acquired, one would add? Right. Be sure to pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use tab to check the court record frequently. Understood.
Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness.
The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate.
Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad.
Alright. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently come to you?
Hey, watch it, buddy! We were great together! We were Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra, and Mark Anthony! Oh, Lord have mercy.
Didn't they all die?
I wasn't dumb, she just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me. Ever.
Yeah, I can see your right eye is twitching. You need to take a chill pill. I'm gonna write some notes. Cindy dumped recently. Good to frickin' know.
What's it to you anyway?
It's testimony, you dumbass. Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder.
Returned overseas with other men day before murder. Interesting. Very, very interesting.
You never know how much of this could actually come into play later.
What do you mean one of them? Lies, all of it lies. I don't believe a word of it.
Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died.
Good. Passport. Good to know that I will have that on file.
Arrived home from Paris on 7:30, the day before the murder.
Indeed, she appears to return the day before the murder.
Yes.
Dude, no way.
The victim was a model, but did not have a large income.
Oh. Model. Small income.
I will make sure to attribute that to Cindy, not of course to Larry. It appears that she had several sugar daddies.
Oh. Sugar daddies, huh? Fascinating. Daddies? Sugar?
Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts.
If you don't know what a sugar daddy is, look it up.
She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle.
Dude!
We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now?
Right. I don't think you want him to answer that question.
Yeah, Larry does run his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I? It's probably a good idea to stop him from answering because that's not particularly relevant right now.
Objection!
The client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is relevant to this case.
Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant?
That cheating sheet, Maybe I made the wrong call. Oh,
Let's continue with the trial.
I believe the accused motives cleared. Oh shit, I want to restart now. Ah, shit.
Yeah, that's quiet.
Oh boy, this is so not looking good. Next question. I cannot forget that. I want so badly to start, but I cannot. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or did you not?
Well, maybe I did, and maybe I didn't.
Okay, Eve went. This is pertinent, so he has to answer. Send him a signal. Tell the truth.
Yeah, I was there, I went.
It's a relevant question. It's not like I can just stop him from answering. Even if it hurts me.
Went to see victim day of murder.
wasn't home. Interesting.
Objection!
Your Honor, the defendant is lying.
Lying?
The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying.
Well, this simplifies matters. Who was your witness?
The man who found the victim's body just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Is that so?
Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness.
Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. Agreed. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sawit to the stand.
I'm sorry? What kind of last name is that? That's so weird.
Oh, this motherfucker. You sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct?
Oh, yes! Newspapers, yes! Oh, weird. Sells newspaper. Is that the same as selling newspapers, though?
Usually that can be done over email, can it?
Mr. Owen, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder.
Witness account. Alright. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him.
Okay. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed and frightened, found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working.
Phone in apartment wasn't working. Interesting. Wonder why.
Went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m.
Interesting.
The man who ran was without a doubt the defendant sitting right over there.
You look way too smug.
Larry, why didn't you tell the truth?
I can't defend you against a testimony like that.
Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? That's what I was wondering.
Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building.
Blackout in building at time of murder. And how is this information known? Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout?
Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawin used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal.
Electricity at Miss Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. Oh, Mr. Wright. Yes, yes, Your Honor. You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor?
Alright, right. This is it. The real deal.
What exactly am I supposed to do?
Why, you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave.
Lies? What? He was lying?
Your client is innocent, right? Then that witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty?
How do I prove he's not?
You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. First, find contradiction between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face.
Okay.
Open the court record, then point out the contradictions in the testimony.
Okay. Cross-examination. I take it. This ought to be interesting. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment.
Thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. He looked inside the apartment, saw her lying there, a woman not moving, dead. Found yourself...
Wait a minute. I found yourself unable to go inside, then how did you know that the phone wasn't working? Hold it. So you didn't touch anything in the apartment? Yes, I mean, no, nothing. Okay, what happened next? I'll have to call the police immediately. Hold up. The phone in her apartment wasn't working. Yes, I mean, no, it wasn't. Right. But you said you didn't go into the apartment, or did you? Oh, that? I can explain that. There was a cordless phone on a shelf in the entranceway. I reached inside and tried using that to call. And that phone wasn't working, correct?
Went to nearby park and found a public phone. Hold up. I feel like an idiot that I missed that. Time of death between 4 and 5 p.m. I'm an idiot. How did I miss that? Hold up. Now, hold up. 1 p.m. Are you certain?
Yes, absolutely.
He seems really confident. 1 p.m.? Right. Doesn't that seem strange to you? Present some evidence to contradict him. Objection! You found the body at 1 p.m., you're sure?
Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain.
Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death was sometime after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. How do you forget the time like that?
After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sowett, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.?
It's a valid question.
Gee, that's a really good question.
Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. Haha, I shouldn't be congratulating myself. I cannot believe I missed that. I even looked at the evidence earlier, and I noticed that the autopsy report. I didn't look at the time. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. Yeah, the phone I eventually noticed, but the timing I should have noticed much sooner. And I feel like an idiot that I didn't. See through one and their whole story falls apart.
Wait, I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again?
Time of discovery.
You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding.
I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program.
Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Right. You know what to do. I've got this. Do I? When you found the body, you heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. I feel like an idiot again for not realizing it so much sooner. The television couldn't have been on because there was a blackout. Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. Oh. You couldn't have heard a television or a video.
The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sowett?
No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. I remember now.
Mr. Sowett, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. Please, these constant corrections are harming your credibility.
Indeed.
That, and you seem rather distraught.
My apologies, Your Honor.
It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Sowett. Let's hear your testimony once more, please.
Not looking good for you.
Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. You saw a clock. I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the—
Oh, please, this one's easy as heck. Because we know what the murder weapon is. It wasn't a freaking clock. The murder weapon— No. No. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was this statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock?
What do you, with your objections and your evidence? Just who do you think you are?
Just answer the question, Mr. Sowett.
Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock.
Your Honor, if I may.
Yes, Mr. Payne.
As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. You're grasping at straws at this point. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. And it doesn't look like a clock. I submitted it as a statue. My apologies.
I see, so the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with his testimony now?
Yes!
Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. It's clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he... went into the apartment, yeah. You're lying! You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah, prove it! Prove I went in there! I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Oh. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sowett, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned in your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face! Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? I did never look at the clock. I heard no idea. I said no. Shut up! I hate you. It was him, I tell you. I saw him. He killed her and he should burn. Give up death. My God. You are getting crazier than frickin' Larry was. Your Honor, a moment please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims. Mr. Wright. Your Honor, you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? Whole case is riding on this. I'd better think it through carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Sowett heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock now here in this court. Ooh, whoa! Well, he is the Thinker Raptor. So it was actually a clock? I thought that was bullshit. So it's a clock in the shape of a statue? What the frick? So we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell what time it is now? It's 11:25. Yeah. 3 hours off. This clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between Mr. Sowett heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sowett, try to talk your way out of this one. You forgot one thing. Oh, what's he talking about? Well, it may seem like that clock is running 3 hours slow. It proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case. I mean, true. Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Sowett. I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal! A criminal! You lawyers are all slime! Damn. I failed. No shot. Wait, not so fast, Mr. Sowett. Mia? I mean, Chief! Listen up, right? Don't throw this one away. Do not like this. Think. But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow on the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have proof. Right? Can you think of a reason as to why the... She was in Paris. So the time zone change could have been off. Could have been affected. Wait! Maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that could prove it, right? Find it and let them have it. Well, Mr. Wright, You say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim?
Of course, there is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond the shadow of a doubt.
Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow.
Here we go. Let's see. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. Yes! I was right! When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Yes! Proof enough for you, Mr. Sowett? Or should I say Mr. Did It? Ooh, I think... did that just happen?
Order! Order, I say!
I think I cracked this one.
Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness.
He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor.
I have to say, I'm impressed.
Thought I was gonna sneeze.
I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly and find the true culprit at the same time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts,
not guilty. Hell yes. I think I only messed up the one time, but I think every other time I've managed to do it.
With that, this court is adjourned.
Turns out that Frank Swift was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when the people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Sowett let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Sowett grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find. Pop. Yep. Defendant lobby. Ooh, I still can't believe we won! Right! Good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all, not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen the trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. She's this glad. Imagine how Larry must feel on a day like today. My life is over. Oh, God. Larry, just stop. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now?
Oh, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone
Oh, Lord have mercy. Good. Wait, no. I mean bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed.
But my Cindy Wendy's gone, man. Gone forever.
Larry, she was a prostitute. I mean, it sounds like it. Congratulations, Harry.
Harry?
Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocent.
Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner, movie, my treat.
Oh no, I couldn't.
Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook. Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a
it's evidence? What? Wait, yeah, this was the evidence.
Actually, I made this
Oh! Oh! You made that. Damn! I'll keep it as a memento.
Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you want to just cry?
Larry. Are you so sure?
Excuse me?
I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way.
Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay.
Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? Right. Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him?
Huh? Oh, yeah, alright.
What the heck is she talking about? I guess, like, the fact that she kept it with her is proof enough. Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her.
Huh? What about that clock?
This is the clock you made for her, Larry, and she took it with her when she traveled.
Whatever, she probably just needed a clock, that's all.
You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. But make of it what you will.
Hey, Nick, I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks.
Hope that made him feel a little better.
Seriously.
Right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right? Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off?
Yeah, I guess so.
Say, how about dinner? On me? We'll drink a toast to innocent butts.
Yeah!
Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him.
Yeah, part, at least.
You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks?
Would you ask me out on a date, man?
And so my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends. But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us. Unless you count the clock you gave me, I didn't know it then. But that clock was soon going to be at the center of another What? And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I would—
No!
Oh my god, no! Don't tell me she gets killed! No. Frick that. Okay, yeah, no. Frick that. I don't have time for another. Oh my god. Okay, so interesting. So I can't necessarily say how stuff like this is handled in most courtrooms, but that seemed reasonably accurate. Although I do feel a little bit, just a slight bit dummy-dumb for missing that one particular piece of evidence about the autopsy report and the time he mentioned. I managed to catch on to everything else pretty quickly, but that one autopsy report, how did I not realize the times at all? I don't understand. I guess it sounds like Mia's dead now. Wow. I'm sad now. Otterpop attorney out. I'm too upsetty to continue.
Stay strong! I will continue at a later date. Otterpop attorney will return!